Today on General Hospital, Gio and Emma discuss their futures. Michael reaches out to Willow, and Brett and Britt discuss. Rocco, Gio, and Emma wake up in bed together, with no regrets about making love. They kiss. They eventually dive into the food Gio brought, and Gio admits he keeps expecting her grandma to walk through the door. Emma admits that, as embarrassing as that would be, she really misses her and wishes she'd come home. Their talk turns to the future. Not only does Gio want to find his own place, but he also wants to go back to PCU. However, he doesn't know what he wants to do, as he always thought music was his future. Emma has figured out her calling and decided to become a vet. He is proud of her, but she says the point is, she didn't know what she wanted to do either for the longest time. She thinks he can find a new passion by going back to school. In her cell room, Anna wakes up to being given a blood treatment. She cries, "I don't know who you are. I need a doctor who knows my condition." She's stunned when her vision comes into focus, and it's Brecht treating her. Anna knows they aren't friends, but they aren't enemies anymore. And she's certain Brecht wouldn't hurt her or help these people. Brecht says he insisted. Anna cries, Faison is dead. Brecht laughs that they both know better than that, and Faison will never let her go. After Anna passes out, we see the woman leave the room, and she's not Brecht. The woman tells Pascal that the phlebotomy treatment is working, and the other treatment convinced her she was Dr. Brecht. Pascal says, "Good, she's ready for the next phase." At the hospital, Brecht is happy to see her daughter back as a doctor and hopes that she'll be running the hospital with Terry again soon, given Portia's suspension. However, she's come to discuss Rocco's ice hockey schedule and thinks they should get jerseys to support him at his games, along with those big fingers. Britt thinks this is a bad idea, as no one in Rocco's family wants them there, especially Lulu. They head to the break room, and Britt says they are Rocco's family, and Britt is his birth mother. Though Britt reminds her she was just a surrogate, Britt won't stop harping on the fact that Britt carried and gave birth to Rocco. And she matters to the boy, whether Lulu likes it or not. She begs her daughter not to make the same mistakes she made with her. Brecht admits she's still angry about her daughter faking her death, but mostly she's sad that she missed being a mother when Britt needed her the most. Britt says that's not true, as she was there when she thought she had died. Still, Brecht knows she wasted so much of her life on Faison and didn't give her children the attention they needed. In Alexis's office, Trina and Kai confront Alexis about Willow getting away with attempted murder, and if she doesn't believe them. Alexis does believe them, but she can't submit the evidence. That's not her job. It's Turner's. Her job is to give Willow the best defense she can. They inquire about coming forward, fearing Michael could be charged if Willow is acquitted. Alexis tells them to do nothing until the jury returns there. Verdict. Outside of Bobby's, Dante confronts Chase again about the evidence tampering, with Chase insisting he'd never do such a thing. Dante knows he believes Willow is innocent, but he can't help but wonder how far he would go to protect her. He also admits he has to figure out how far he'd go to protect. Micah Dante explains he's having all the evidence reviewed to find out if they missed anything regarding Micah. Chase says that if Willow is found guilty, Dante needs to keep investigating, because the only thing that will free her is proving. Michael did it. Nina shows up at Drew and Willow's to surprise Willow with a day out. Drew says she should have called first, as Willow isn't here, as she went for a walk. Nina's glad to have a moment alone with Drew. She thanks him for what he's done for her daughter in hiring Alexis, but she will be taking care of her daughter from now on. If Willow is found guilty, she wants her lawyers to handle the appeals. Drew accuses Nina of wanting Willow to be found guilty to swoop in and save the day. She reminds him of his unhinged testimony on the stand, forcing Willow to testify and clean up his mess. If Alexis had been able to rest her case as she planned, the jury would have acquitted her daughter. Nina won't let her daughter spend her life in prison for having the bad taste of hooking up with him. Willow meets Michael at the Bat and Calf, and he explains why he called her. He says they need to figure out what to do regarding the children if she's found guilty. He explains there are programs for incarcerated mothers, and he'll make sure she gets to see and speak to the kids as much as possible. and he also believes they should break the news to them together. Willow asks what happens to this newfound unity if she's found not guilty. He says that is a different discussion, and he won't have their kids near Drew. That's when Willow gets the call. The jury is back. Everyone begins arriving at court. Justine tells Dante she still believes Chase is the most likely suspect. In the missing footage, Kai approaches Michael and says that even though Drew has been good to him, he doesn't agree with what Drew said on the stand about Michael. They shake hands as Drew walks in and sees this. Chase, meanwhile, thanks Alexis for going to bat for Willow, and he knows that, like him, the lawyer knows Willow couldn't have done this. Willow is the last to appear, and the court begins. The jury is brought in, having reached a verdict. The jury hands their verdict to the judge, who reads it to himself. In bed, Gio and Emma reflect on how they've gone from best friends to lovers. And he's sure that if anyone can help him find his passion, it's her. They kissed out at the hospital. Albrecht tells Britt that she, Nathan, and yes, Rocco, are her priorities now. Britt asks her mom to order that hockey jersey for her, and Albrecht laughs that she already did. They embrace Dot in her room. Anna calls out to Albrecht, asking if she's still here. She then sees an ashtray with a cigar in it on the table next to her and panics. Suddenly, over the speaker Faison's voice says, "Don't be afraid. I've been watching over you." Finally, back in court, Willow rises, and the jury finds her not guilty. On the next General Hospital, Trina wonders if Willow being found not guilty is a good thing, and Sonny promises to protect Michael.